those antennae. They use these giant mandibles for fighting other males. All right, everybody, welcome back to Jack's World of Wildlife. Now, check out what I have with me. Is this not one of the largest beetles you've ever seen in your life? Now, of course, due to its size, this species is called the giant stag beetle, or Dorcas titanus titanus, sometimes also referred to as Cerygnathus titanus. Take a look at the size of this stag beetle. Now, they get that name stag beetle from these giant mandibles that resemble something like a male deer's antler. Look at the size of this bug. Is he not ginormous? Now, this species is naturally ranging throughout most of Southeast Asia, and they feed primarily on saps and fruit juices. Despite their formidable appearance, they're not carnivorous. In fact, they use these giant mandibles for fighting other males. So, what they do is they have to fight for the right to mate. So the largest males, this one here is a major male, the largest males get the rights to mate with the females. Take a look at this absolutely gorgeous beetle. Look at that. Now, he just got done pinching me, and I will include that right here in the video. Please stop pinching me, mister. Oh. Okay, guy, I wasn't trying to do a bite video. Here. Come get off of me. Come get off of me. Please get off. Why are you pinching me? Oh, okay. Wow, look at that. Look, you can see where his mandibles went in. Okay, wow, ouch. Now, these beetles, despite being so large, really don't have that long of a lifespan. It takes about 2 years for them to grow into a beetle from a larva. However, as adults, these usually live about 1 to 2 years. However, in the wild, they can live for a little bit longer due to something called overwintering. So what they'll do is the male will emerge, but he will stay in the log until summertime. Then he will emerge and mate. Then he will go back into a log where he will go into a dormant state during the cold months. So these are able to kind of cheat their lifespan by kind of going on pause during the winter months. So if you give these beetles a cool period, they can, in fact, live for a few more years. Now, these beetles are in the family Lucanidae, which are these stag beetles. So they're the order Coleoptera. Now, Coleoptera means shield wing. And what that refers to are these hard coverings called elytra that cover and protect their wings. So this beetle here actually has wings and can technically fly. Now, he's really, really big, so I don't think he's going to try to do that with us today. But take a look at just how beautiful and glossy this beetle is. Wow. Take a look at these tarsi as well. These are his claws, which he uses to hold on and climb. You can see here as well. Look at those things, like little T-Rex claws almost. No, don't bite me again. I don't want to make him angry. These particular types of beetles are characteristically cantankerous. They do like to protect themselves with these massive mandibles, as you guys got to see. And these sharp points at the end are not very fun to get your finger caught in. You can see still I've got that mark on my finger where he was really digging in. And they kind of pinch and then they kind of wiggle their mandibles like that to really get in there. So it is not very fun. Now, this is a super impressive specimen, super impressive male. This is the heaviest of all the stag beetles. There are some species that get longer than this, but usually they're a little more slender and they've got some longer mandibles, and that's where the bulk of their length comes from, as opposed to this girthy male. He's pretty heavy and pretty large. Look at those beautiful clubbed antennae, just kind of batting around, trying to figure out what's going on. And you can see he's also got some antennae inside those mandibles there that kind of fold in, and then you see that kind of furry red thing right there? That's actually his tongue. So like I said, they feed on saps and fruit juices. So what they do is they kind of sit on fermenting fruit or get on a tree with a lot of sap, and they'll actually stick that fibrous tongue out and drink the liquids that they can glean off of there. And you see these two spikes right here as well, right at where the tongue would be, right above the tongue. Those they also use to kind of slice into fruits and kind of mash it all up so that they get a lot of juices and smaller fruit particulates so that they can swallow it easier. How cool of a beetle is that? You see his eye is right there, right underneath those antennae. Is this not the biggest beetle you've ever seen? I kind of want to put him on my face, but I don't want him to bite me on my face. Don't bite me. Just get on my face, please. Oh. Don't bite me on the eye. Hold on. Let me get him into a better spot. Maybe I can get him on my face. Ooh, come on. Come on. He doesn't want to. I'm not going to force him, because guess what happens if I force him? He bites me on the face, and I don't want that. But take a look. Compared to the size of my face, look at the size of this beetle. Oh my gosh, he's huge. Really living up to the name Titanus, or giant stag beetle. Wow. Now these are, of course, nocturnal. So he's a little grumpy after being woken up, but you can see he's really sluggish during the day. He's not moving around too fast. At night, that's when they come to life. He's much more active, much more defensive at night. Now, these beetles have something that's called sexual dimorphism, and that's when the males and females look much differently than one another. So of course, if you think that the mandibles are for fighting for the right to mate, it's the males that have these giant mandibles. Females are pretty small. They're much smaller than this, maybe about the length of his elytra back here. And they're glossy black, and they have very small but powerful mandibles, because their job is to chew into really hard kind of white rot logs in order to deposit the eggs so that the larvae can survive. Now, what's especially cool about Lucanidae is that a lot of their larvae can speak to each other. And that's because these little beetles, or I should say large beetles, deposit their larvae in decently small logs. So the larvae are capable of stridulating, or rubbing body parts together, and make a squeaking sound to talk to each other, just to let each other know where they are in their own respective rooms of the log, so that they don't run into any of their siblings that might compete with them for food and space. Take a listen to what these larvae sound like right now. Wasn't that awesome? These beetles are so cool. They're definitely some of my absolute favorite species in the world. Lucanidae is probably my absolute favorite species, favorite family of beetles, just because how could you not love these wicked mandibles and beautiful species. Wow. Well, that's all we've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed meeting the giant stag beetle and, of course, watching me get pinched pretty hard. I didn't enjoy that as much as I'm sure you might. But take a look at how cool these beetles are. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to tune in for the next episode of Jack's World of Wildlife. And you can't do that without liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and turning on post notifications so you don't miss any new videos. We've got a ton of new stuff coming. I don't want you guys to miss any of it because we've got a lot of really fun and cool species that we're filming with this year. So make sure you stay tuned, and thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, bye buddy. What a cool beetle.